Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place. I'm taking all the grace. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live at WGPL 1350 Studio, WMVA 88.9 Studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, and guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the globe, all you have to do is go to 1400 AM, 1350 AM, go to church webcast, click, and listen live. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. What a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM, WPCE 1400 AM, and WMVA 88.9. Good morning to you.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram. What else?
Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube.
Did I say it all?
You said it all.
Everybody on the platform, good morning. Look, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Go over to our channel, our pages. Go to YouTube, Crystal Records 1, CRISTO. Go ahead and like those pages. We need the numbers.
That's right. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we'll do what?
Shout you out.
Yeah.
This is Fun Friday.
That's right. It's Fun Friday. And the gopher in Philadelphia, Pontotoc, didn't see a shadow yet.
Look, I was wondering. I saw that today. I said, is it time for that already?
Already time for what is he? A gopher? What is he? What is he?
Somebody tell Mr. E what it is.
Is he
supposed to see a shadow.
What kind of animal
is it? A beaver?
A beaver, and the guy on news said he's a varmint. A varmint.
Whatever it is, every year they, pull them out and say, okay, it's time for us to know if it's going to be an early spring or a late spring. I don't think that works, though. I don't really, we can't go by some animals.
Well, we want to say good morning to our listening audience. Good morning to everybody that's joining in. Good morning, Dr. W. Tabbick. And good morning to the Funky Pilot. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Glad to see you all up here. It is Fun Friday. I hope you're all going to have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. What you going to do, Miss Steve?
Well, it's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be a lovely day. So this weekend, I'm just going to play it by ear.
It sounds good. Maybe you get a little rest, relaxation. You missed the games, Mr. E.
Yes, I missed the games. I missed all the football games. TV is just not the same anymore, because Big D is no longer on the big screen.
Well, don't worry about it. February 11th, we're going to be locked and looking at the NFL Super Bowl. We want you all to join us, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But it's Fun Friday. It's our Friday segment, Issues Concerning Women. What's in your closet, ladies? But we're also celebrating this month, Black History Month. We want to say hello to all those in African American communities, all those out there that are celebrating and happy to see this month come. You know, this is a time of not just celebrating Mr. E, but learning more and more about who we are, teaching others about who we are, and just standing up and speaking up about the things that we've done, we want to do, and we have accomplished.
That's right. That's what it's all about, Miss Hinton. Getting the knowledge and the wisdom for us to understand about our culture or to find out more. Do we need just a month?
Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit later. We're going to open up the phone lines. We're going to find out, is a month enough?
Every day should be a great day of celebrating history.
Well, we'll talk about that in a little while. Don't
Yeah.
forget, we're going to open the phone lines. Want to know, is 1 month enough? And how come some African American folks snub this 1 month that we have? I want to get down to the bottom of that. In the meantime, we're going to highlight two wonderful ladies, women that had made a great impact in our world. Since this is What's in Your Closet, Issues Concerning Women, we got two ladies. Mr. E, can you give us some of that information?
Michelle Robinson was born in Chicago, Illinois on January the 17th, 1964.
Who was Michelle Robinson?
Michelle Obama.
There you go.
Yeah. Michelle Obama. You know, her father was Frazier, was a pump operator, and her mother was Moran, raised Michelle and her brother Craig at home. After graduating from public school, Michelle earned her BA in sociology from Princeton University in 1985, and then attended Harvard Law School. Receiving her Juris Doctor 3 years later, Michelle then returned to Chicago, pursuing a law career at the firm Sidley and Austin, where she met summer intern Barack Obama.
I love this story because look, she was there as in the law firm already, and here he comes as an intern. And she really didn't think much about it. She was like, "Well, okay, this young cat, intern, whatever." But eventually, they became an item.
That's right. They later married on October 3rd, 1992. Michelle left the corporation law in the year that followed, working in the public service and at organizing, including Chicago City Hall, Public Allies, the University of Chicago, and the University of Chicago Hospital. Meanwhile, she supported her husband's political goals as he campaigned for and won Illinois and the U.S. Senate seat. The Obamas also had two daughters during that period, Malaya and the Natasha.
Okay, go ahead.
Sasha. They call her Sasha.
Yes, they call her Sasha.
In 2008, Barack Obama became the first African American elected to the presidency, and in January 2009, the Obamas moved into the White House. As First Lady, Michelle Obama pursued several initiatives. First, she sought to reduce childhood obesity with her Let's Move campaign, which encouraged physical activity for children and provided healthy school lunches as part of her campaign. Michelle Obama planted the White House kitchen garden on the South Lawn in 2009, which provided fresh fruits, vegetables for the White House and the local community. Worked with Second Lady Dr. Jill Biden. She also introduced joining forces as an initiative to support service members, veterans, and their families. Michelle Obama passion for supporting young people as pursued their dreams led to reaching higher, an initiative focused on higher education and career for students. Another initiative, Let Girls Learn, promoted education for adolescent girls about globes. Go,
Oh,
Michelle.
wow.
Go,
How
Michelle.
wonderful. You know, she
And it goes
wore,
on.
it goes on. She wore that position with dignity. They were in the White House for 8 years.
8 years.
And I'm telling you, she didn't miss a beat, raised her children, stayed out of scandals.
Yes, yes.
And, did it with grace. You know, her book uh, is out, and I'm definitely going to get my hands on it. I was actually going to go to Barnes and Noble today and buy a couple of books for a couple of friends, and just sit back and enjoy her life and her experience at the White House. You know, you'd be surprised some of the things she says that she experienced there that was you wouldn't think it would happen. One thing she said was while they were there, they had to actually pay for certain things.
That's right. What?
You know, everything wasn't like, okay, certain things, if you wanted, you had to pay for it.
No.
Yes.
In the White House?
In the White House.
Is that only before Barack and Michelle, or for everyone that stays in the
That's
White
for
House?
everybody.
Oh, okay.
But you didn't think that. You would think that everything was given to them. And she would tell Barack sometimes, Barack, don't ask for so many things, because when they give it to you, they bring so much and you have to pay for it. So anyway, there are a lot of things in there about her experience, her work, and coming up, her upbringing, and then her love life with her husband, Barack Obama. It is a wonderful, wonderful story of hers. And we salute Miss Michelle Obama. Now look, Mr. E has got this tea out in these streets, talking about she's going to run for office, president, or whatever. Mr. E, where you get that tea from?
Heard through the grapevine. I heard it through the grapevine that she's going to run for president.
All right, man. You know that's fake news. But anyway, good morning, Roberta Carter. How are you doing? Listen, we would love for her to run for president, but Mr. E, that's just that social media tea.
Well, I mean, when we look at it, she'd make a good president also.
She made a great first lady.
That's right. She made a
good partner with her husband.
And then Michelle looked like she ain't gonna take no mess.
And she's smart as a whip.
And smart as all outdoors, and knows what's going on in the world.
Absolutely.
Miss Hinton, when we start looking at African American people and the history of African American, we got to give credit where credit is due, and thank some of these African American women for great job that they're doing in taking care of their businesses.
This next lady, Miss Katherine Johnson, I love talking about her. I love her story, and I love the fact that they had a wonderful movie about her, Hidden Figures, that just blew my mind. Katherine Johnson was born August the 26th, 1918. White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia in the U.S. She died February 24, 2020. This is recent.
That's right.
In Newport News, Virginia. American mathematician who calculated and analyzed the flight paths of many spacecrafts during her more than 3 decades with the U.S. space program. Her work helped send astronauts to the moon. Now listen to this. She was a human computer.
That's right.
She was a human computer, you all. So Coleman's intelligence and skill, it says that, Coleman's intelligence and skill with numbers became apparent when she was a child. By the time she was 10 years old, she had started attending high school in 1937. At the age of 18, Coleman graduated with the highest honors from West Virginia State College, now West Virginia State University, earning bachelor's degree in mathematics and French. She subsequently moved to Virginia to take a teaching job in 1939. Now listen to the years now.
That's right. Graduated.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So, okay,
At
so
10 years
here
old,
it
she
is.
started attending high school. Yeah.
Absolutely. So anyway, she subsequently moved to Virginia. However, she was selected to be one of the first three African American students to enroll in a graduate program at West Virginia University. She studied math there, but soon left after marrying James Goebel and decided to start a family. He died in 1956. And 3 years later, she married James Johnson. That's where her name comes from, Katherine Johnson. In 1953, she began working at the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, West Area Computing Unit, a group of African American women who manually perform complex mathematical calculations for the program engineer. That absolutely blows my mind when I think
Manually, yeah.
of them, mathematicians and human computers at that time. It says the women known as the West computers analyzed test data and provided mathematical computations that were essential to the success of the early U.S. space program. During this time, NACA was segregated, and the West computers had to use separate bathrooms and dining facilities. And that's too much. That changed, but listen to this. That changed in 1958 when NACA was incorporated into the newly formed National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, which banned segregation.
That's NASA.
NASA, yep. Johnson was a member of the Space Task Group. In 1960, she co-authored a paper with one of the group's engineers about calculation for placing a spacecraft into orbit. That's right. It was NASA right here. We got NASA right here in Virginia. Isn't that absolutely amazing? And it goes on and on. And it says, the first time a woman in her division received credit as an author of a research report. Johnson authored or co-authored 26 research reports during her career. Johnson also played an important role in NASA's Mercury program from 1961 to 1963, a crewed space flight. In 1961, she was calculated the Path for Freedom 7, the spacecraft that put the first U.S. astronaut in space, Alan B. Shepard Jr. The following year, at the request of John Glenn, Johnson verified that the electronic computer had planned his flight correctly. Glenn subsequently made history around Friendship 7, becoming the first U.S. astronaut to orbit Earth. Johnson was also part of the team that calculated where and when to launch the rocket for the Apollo 11 missions of 1969, which sent the first 3 men to the moon. Johnson later worked on the Space Shuttle program. She retired from NASA in 1986. Johnson received numerous awards and honors for her work, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom. That was in 2015. In 2016, NASA named a building the Katherine G. Johnson Computer Research Facility after her. That year, Margaret Lee Shetterly published Hidden Figures,
Right.
The American Dream and the Untold Story of the Black Women Mathematician who helped win the space race. Oh my goodness. I think this is absolutely fabulous. Talking about a brain, a mind, talking about someone with a wonderful gift. You know, that's just God.
That's right.
When I saw that movie, I was like, that's just God. You know, something so important, someone so important, and a group of women that had a mind just to, you know math and just to do great things as a result.
Do it by pencil and paper.
Ooh.
I mean, just calculation. They didn't have no computers until later on, probably. But as far as calculating down to the T for the space shuttle to go out, she did a marvelous job. And and the movie and the movie Hidden Figure, and she won the President Medal of Freedom.
Absolutely. I'm going to say good morning again, Roberta Carter, and my baby, Miss Destiny Baldwin, one of my young women achieving success. You all on all the platforms, make sure you say hello in the chat so we can shout you out. But we're talking about Black History Month. We celebrate it. We honor those that have done so much for our communities, for our world. And we have just highlighted Michelle Obama, former First Lady, to Barack Obama, President Barack Obama, and then this Mrs. Katherine Johnson, who was nothing but the truth, Mr. E.
That's right.
A brilliant mind, helped send men to the moon. Oh my God!
And when you get an opportunity, just go by and look at that movie, Hidden Figures.
Oh my goodness!
I mean,
Yes.
when you talk about her, Miss Hinton, when we talk about these African American women, Michelle Obama, when we talk about Miss Katherine Johnson, and more, and more of all these great African American women on Fun Friday issues concerning women, we find that there are some outstanding women that's out here. And so every time you said African American women today, folks, I just want you to say, hey, thank you so much for your service.
Absolutely. Honor our African American women. We've done so many great things.
Yeah.
There are so many of us that have just made an impact on this world. But, you know, Mr. E, Black History Month to me is really important.
That's right.
And we're going to open the phone line and talk to our listeners, and those that are viewing us. You all can talk in the chat. But I heard a conversation just recently, Mr. E, that some folk feel like, some African American people feel like February is not enough.
Wow.
1 month is not enough. And I want to know from our listeners and viewers, what do you think? 1 month, not enough? And how come African American people, some of them snub February as though, you know, even though it's 1 month, it don't matter? I beg the difference. In my opinion, Mr. E, I'm glad that we get a chance to celebrate Black history. But to me, it's not just a celebration. To me, it's a teaching moment. It is a time to teach other races who we are, why we are. We know who we are, hopefully. But I'm saying it when we get this opportunity to really highlight, you know, those that have come and gone, those that are still here. It is an honor. It is an honor to show you who we are.
That's right.
We have a month, that's fine. But guess what? You can teach your youngins, your children, your students, each other, Black people, about your history throughout the year. Nobody's stopping
Every day.
So
day
snubbing is
yeah.
to me is unnecessary. Take advantage of the time that you have every day to tell your children or whoever you are associated with it how wonderful the Black Americans are, and African Americans, and what we've contributed to this world.
The telephone number to dial if you want to put your input in. Should it be just 1 month, or should we just take the time out? Is 757-624-9475. Let's hear from you. Should it be every day? Should you take the opportunity every day and begin to talk to your family members about what the accomplishments of African American, what African Americans have done, and tell them all about our invention? Or do we must stay on the sideline and wait for somebody else to give us that acknowledgement? Give us a call at 757-624-9475. That's 757-624-9475. And let us talk. Let's talk about this. We should, I think, I'm in agreement. I think every day we should be able to sit down in our classroom, sit down amongst our young folks, and sit down in front amongst our children and teach daily about the accomplishments. Let them know the struggle that we had to endure, and this is how we made it this far.
Let them know who we are. Teach your children who we are. You can wait for others to do it, other races or whatever, but we know our history. We know what we've done, what we've accomplished, and we know the gifts and talents that God has given us. We also know that we have the ability, and we've had this for the longest time, to see light, to see God, because this is a part of our history and heritage, to make sure we include, God or religion, Christ, and we this has been us, and so we don't have to sit back and get scared because it's only 1 month. It's not only one month.
Every day.
It's a teachable moment anytime you want to teach it.
That's right.
And if they don't teach it in the schools, teach them at home. Take them to the library. Go online, Google, and let our kids know of their history and where we've come from.
Miss Roberta Carla says, not enough time. A month is not enough. 365 days. We have done so much. The telephone lines are available 624-9475. What do you think? Do you think that we should continue to teach every day of the week, or do we just need to be recognized just that 1 month? See, because I think that we should let our young folks know all the accomplishment that we had to endure, all the pain that we had to go through, that they had to go through in order for us to make it thus far. So give us a call at 757-624-9475. Let us know what you think. Do you think it should be when they recognize this February, or do you think it should be all year long?
Are we celebrating ourselves? Are we celebrating our community? Are we involved in our community?
Are we helping our community?
Are we helping? That's a way of celebrating. Are we,
take them guns away?
Are we, do we have, the self-esteem, are we walking in high self-esteem? Do we believe in ourselves? If you go online, Mr. social media, you have some young people that are they're disdained by their own color. They have self-hatred and stuff like that. This would be a good time to teach those children and those young people that feel hatred. There was one young woman that said the other day she hated herself. She hated her color. This is the time, or any time, to teach our children that you don't have to hate yourself, the color of your skin. This is how God has made you.
That's right.
Celebrate it. Celebrate it. You celebrate your color. Celebrate your heritage. Celebrate the fact that we've done great things. And so, we have a job to do, a task to do, not just in that 1 month, but all year round. We need to look and see the needs of our community and those that need us to help them to rise above.
I think that if we start teaching our community about what we had to accomplish, I believe the drugs and the guns would run away. I really believe it. The telephone number to dial is 757-624-9475. Not just looking at how they beat us and how they sold us and all that. Look at all the accomplishment. Look at Miss Katherine Johnson. And look at how she has moved from out of the fields into NASA and got the presidential award. Look at what we have accomplished. Look at how President Obama and Michelle Obama, the first African American presidents of the United States of America, and let them know how they had to come up, what they had to do in order to get to where they are. Look at some of the pastors around Mason Memorial and things of that nature, and look at how they had to go through in order for us to communicate with one another.
Absolutely. We celebrate Black History Month. We are so glad we're going to be featuring a lot of things that were invented by African American people. We're going to highlight those that are doing things in the past and now. So many things that we've done and invented and accomplished. And it could go on and on and on, but this is no excuse not to make it a teachable moment for others, other races, your children, your community. Get involved with Black History Month, and make it a big thing. Don't. In my opinion, Mr. E, I don't want it to be snubbed. If you feel like it should be more, that's fine. But to snub it as though, it's more. I think we should just go ahead and just continue to make it big.
That's right. That's right, Miss Hinton. We make it big. The telephone number is 757-624-9475. That's the telephone number to dial. We have about 60 seconds before we sign off from here on our FYI radio show. So give us a call right quick. Miss Hinton, go ahead.
So So look, we're going to go to our platforms in a minute, and we're going to serve a little tea. We're going to talk about Jackie Robinson and stature. We're going to talk about Oprah Winfrey, the Black community, and the new color purple. We're going to just have a good time just for a few minutes. Well, you all come over here. Look, you still have time in the chat to make your comments and things like that. We'll read those off. But we want to thank you all for joining us. We celebrate Black History Month this month. We have a lot of great folk, great speakers and stuff coming to talk with you on this month. Be blessed. Have a wonderful weekend.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed, the co-host. If you'd like to be a special guest, pick up the telephone, give us a call at 757-714-7861 or inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton's Facebook page, FYI Facebook page, or email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 on WGPL 1350. WMVA 88.9, Peace 95.3, and WPCE 1400 FM AM. And have a wonderful, wonderful Black History Month.
All right, all right, all right. We are so glad to be able to be here. We're glad that it's February. We're here that we can make Black History Month bigger.
That's right.
We can celebrate it. It's something to celebrate. Mr. E, when I look at all the accomplishments of Black people, of where we've come from, how we fought to where we are, it makes me happy. But listen, let me tell you all something. February is just 1 month, but I'm telling you, my thoughts are about African American people are always there.
That's right. That's right.
And I express myself in investing in the lives of young people with our mentoring programs, young men and women achieving success. Even with this program here, Ms. E and I, are going forward to, really give you information to help you to rise above mere survival and find success.
That's right. That's what it's all about, Ms. Hinton. Helping our community. You might take it lightly about the accomplishment that we as African Americans has done.
Yes.
You might think that that's history, his story. Well, it's our story. It's our story that will help you to rise above. Yes. Why tear down something that we have already built up? As I begin to look around, I'm going to say this on chat, because there are a lot of people that love to see us fighting against each other. Ooh. They love to see us cut one another down. They love to see us call each other names, but there must come a time, something that we must stop that and start helping each other. Did y'all know that we grow in numbers? We grow in numbers, and that we can make a lot of sense if we all band together, we all push together. We wouldn't have to hear about what's going on in the Black community. Well, the Black community used to live together, used to eat beans and French fries together. The Black community used to help one another.
Absolutely.
Now the Black community gone to the left. We're so busy looking at the Joneses, even though the Joneses got a new car today, but we'll tell what happened and how the Joneses got it.
That's like in the music industry, you got two that are beefing. You got Megan Thee Stallion, and you have what's the other one? I always forget her name. Not Cardi B. Anyway, there are two that are beefing, and it is just amazing how down in the dirt and the gutter. But this is the thing. You got people on this side slinging mud, on this side slinging mud, and we got a whole life to live. Listen, we just lost 3 soldiers.
That's right.
African American soldiers. Now that's real life.
That's right.
All this fake beef and all this foolery from artists and stuff like that. Somebody just lost their child.
That's right. Let's go a little step further. Why is 2 preachers out here fighting with each other? Why ministry? Church folk They already making mockery of you. We the laughing stock in America. But why do we give them ammunition to fight with? Why can't we just come together and love one another? Since we supposed to preach love, we supposed to preach joy, we supposed to preach hope, we supposed to preach unity. But now we're tearing each other down. Why?
Mr. E, I think it has a lot to do with distraction. Let's put the foolery before these folks. Let's keep them in a cycle of ignorance and stuff like that. Oh, these two artists are beefing. Now we got to take sides. Now we got to take time, precious time, to deal with the foolishness when there are some serious things going on. Listen, you all know that Roe versus Wade is gone by the wayside. Why? Because folks so busy over there on social media twerking and carrying on, and all these serious things that are happening. Women's health being jeopardized and stuff like that. But you're so busy talking about this one saying that I'm gonna dig your mama up in the grave, or you ain't this and you. It's like, are you serious?
That's right, Miss.
We just lost 3 African American soldiers, one 46, one 23, the other one 23, and you got time to sit back and beef. Let's take Black History Month and every day to get more serious about life and start concentrating on the things we need to continue to solve, our communities that still need help, people that are hungry, folk that need better health, people that are dying and stuff. Let's start getting back on a better plan. The distractions are too much.
That's right, and I like that word that you're saying. The distractions are too much. There are so many folks that's distracting you, that's causing you to lose your focus point. There are so many things out here, guns out here, that causing you to lose the drugs that are out here. I mean, they're out here causing you to lose your focus. Babies are being killed daily. Soldiers that having drones come in and dropping bombs. You're supposed to be on your P's and Q's. There's so many folks that get information from you to take it and give it to somebody else. You're losing your focus. The scripture declares that the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And right now in our communities, right now, right around us, he's doing just that, because we putting our trust in everybody else than one another. Let's start trusting one another.
Absolutely.
Let's start believing in one another. Let's start helping one another so that we can rise above mere survival. I want to say good morning to Mr. Cherry Fred. Thank you so much for tuning in. For joining us. Thank you so much for joining us as we celebrate Black History Month.
Absolutely. So we got you got some tea here, sir. But I wanted to mention Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion got a beef, and this is so unnecessary and silly. When we got 3 soldiers that just lost their lives, we have more serious things to do. Stop being so distracted by foolishness, and let's concentrate on things that can help our community. Mr. E,
let's go to Kansas City.
What's going on?
Let's go to Kansas City.
Talking about Black history. What happened?
Let's fly out to Kansas City. Miss Hinton, in Kansas, they burnt the remains of a stolen Jackie Robinson statue from Wichita, Kansas.
How y'all steal that statue?
They stole it.
Is this a revenge thing?
I don't know what it is, but they stole it. Who stole it? We can't say neither black nor white stole it.
We can't say it. Why? Because the black young lady just tried to set the house on fire. Martin Luther King. So we don't know. But I'm saying, who did it and why?
Well, here's what it says. Fire crew found the burnt remnants Tuesday of the prized bronze statue of Jackie Robinson that was stolen last week from a public park in Kansas. Authorities said the Wichita Fire Department received a call around 8:40 a.m. about a trash can on fire at the Grave Park in the southern part of the city, and discovered who appeared to be pieces of the statue. According to the police spokesman Andrew Ford at the news conference on Tuesday, he described it not salvageable.
And Mr. E, can you show the picture of the feet?
That's
Why
it.
y'all leave the feet? I guess it was easier to cut it, just left the feet. What is this?
And then you turn around and burn it.
You gonna burn it? Why? Who did that?
And burn it, and then you turn around and burn it. I mean, I know back in the days of old that they were burning African Americans, because we celebrated this African American month. I mean, and that it was mentioned to Vice President Harris. Is there still racism in the community? Is there still racism in America? Yes, there's still racism out there, and so, but what we still has to be focused. Miss Hinton, that was a powerful word that you say. You still got to stay focused because they coming at you to destroy. Who are they? Them that don't like you.
Them that don't like you, whether they black or white. So we
I
don't know
love you. I love you. I love you. That's some tea. Let me drink to that.
So we don't know who did it, but whoever did it, you know you're wrong.
What do you think about
that? You know
that?
you're wrong. And I'm saying you left the feet and you burnt.
What do you think about that? That was some hot tea. I had to drink that a little bit, break that out.
So look, let's go to the next tea. But the next tea is about the color purple.
Yeah.
This is the thing. See, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you can't say racism on everything because, even in our own community, sometimes we got to, learn how to support. So we have the color purple too.
Yeah.
And Oprah Winfrey is saying thank you to those that have supported, especially to the African American people that have. But we also have on these social media street folks that's getting up there talking about the color purple didn't do this and it ain't that and it ain't. I mean, pulling it down to the dungeon. A wonderful story that just have been reinvented. That's it. And but you still have those that feel like they can have their opinion, but it's not an opinion thing. It's to tear it down to the ground. In the meantime, Oprah Winfrey and others have produced this wonderful movie, Color Purple 2, and have really put their heart in it. And she's saying thank you to those and in our community that support it.
That's right. Ms. Hinton, when we begin to look at Color Purple, some of us may not like it. Anytime that we do something that's productive and it's getting a lot of rage, we don't like it. We like stuff like seeing Chris Rock and all them slap one another. What do you think about it? I want to change this. What do you think about Senator Tim Scott?
Ooh,
standing up there in that arena crooning? I mean, I'm going to say it, brother. I'm going to say you standing there cooning. You standing, I love you. Looking like little teeny buckwheat. I love you. You out there cooning. I mean, come on now.
E, I don't know what to say. All I can say, these things on social media have just gone viral. They're talking about Tim Scott. What do you all think? How do you all feel about it? Was that a moment? Was it too much? Tim said it's not too much. But what do you all say? Was that a bit too much? What does that show you? I think we got to find out, Mr. E, why people feel like that was such a just a
cooning moment.
Yeah, why?
Why would he do something like that? That's so crazy. Knowing that he's trying to turn things around. And that's one of the things, I like that word that you use, focus. And that's what African Americans has to understand. Even though we got some Caucasians in our family as well, and Hispanic and all us are mixed in there together. But we have to understand, sometimes folk want what they call in the streets and get back. I want to get back at you.
But you know what, Mr. E, I had a second thought. It may be about the way he did it, his demeanor and all that stuff.
Buck teeth and all that sticking out there like that.
It may be more of him catering to someone that don't care for immigrants. He don't care for women. He thinks African Americans, and I'm talking about Trump, second class citizens. And it may have more to do with him. People say sucking up to the massa, to the white man and stuff like that. So that's a subject that we will definitely talk about What do you all think? Why do you all think that he went too far? He feels like he's okay. We got some black people say there ain't no such thing as racism.
They crazy. They don't understand.
Say they ain't never
I bet
seen
his wife took the rolling pin and beat that joker head when he got on.
What you call Haley? Nikki Haley. She's a woman of color, Indian woman. She said, "Hey, this country ain't racist." So things like that really causes us to stirs us up because it's like, now wait a minute, what life you been living? Because the life that history that we know, it was racism and more in it, and that's why we are celebrating Black History Month. We want you all to continue to join us, and really let's get down to the nitty gritty of some things and issues that we face.
If it wasn't racial, Miss Hinton, just the other day in Yorktown, Williamsburg, and Jamestown, in Matthews County, up there on the school lots that have been racial remarks being hated remark. They've been writing stuff, racial remarks, been writing stuff against African Americans and all that stuff right there, putting ropes up in the tree, and yes. Them country towns where where racism used to be. So now because it's a Black History Month, and I don't know the truth to this, but my granddaughter said to me the other day, and this is just a joke. She was just joking. She said, "This is Black American Month, Black History Month," and she said over at the school that she attend, they serve fried chicken.
Anyway, this is Fun Friday, but I tell you what, we got to come back on Monday. Look, we want you all to celebrate Black History Month. Whenever you feel like you want to. Nobody's keeping us from highlighting who we are, what we do, what we've accomplished, and how we aid and take care of our own, and our community. So continue to be blessed. Have a wonderful weekend. Look, don't forget the Royal Ladies Pie. You can inbox me. Don't forget Bulvic Academy, BULVIC Academy.com. For the game app, for the books. Bullying is right underneath your nose, the diary of a former bully. Don't forget to join us for Sports Talk on Monday and FYI After Dark. We would love for you to be a special guest sponsor, intern. Mr. E is going to tell you how you can do that.
If you'd like to be a special guest sponsor or intern, or you like to be in our audience, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can email us at FYIRadioshow@gmail.com and leave your email and let us know that you'd like to be an audience on the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. Don't forget, you can inbox us at whatever Facebook page, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page, and let us know you like to be an intern, you like to be a sponsor, or you like to be a special guest. And call us 757-714-7861.
Thank you all so much for joining us. You all are a blessing. I want to say hello to Sheila Robbins and all of those that are up here. You all be blessed. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
I just love you too up to that.
All right, we got to end this. In the meantime, you all have a wonderful, 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 wonderful day. Please check your internet. Here we go. Internet is out. What's going on, Mr. E? We got an internet problem.
It's coming up now.
But anyway, in the meantime, we got to get out of here.
Let's leave screen.
Let's see, internet. End the stream. Trying to end the stream here. Hopefully it'll end in a minute. Let me try to end Instagram. Can't even end that. guess they want us to keep talking. Look, how you all been doing? We're trying to end our feed. Let's try to see if we can do it again. Let's try to do it again. We usually don't have this problem getting out of. Let's see, can we get out of live for our Instagram? Okay, let's do something like this. Let's see, did you come out of yours?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. In the meantime, you all make sure you continue to join us. We would love to have a wonderful panel discussion with you all on our After Dark show, FY After Dark. We would love for you all to be special guest sponsors, intern with us. And
Hit your X.
I want to X, but I want to also, let's see. Let me do something real quick. Let me see if I can get this. I want to end this one too, and it won't end. What is going on in the